Good morning, and welcome to our newest edition of United We Learn. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Kelker, President of Your United Way, and today we will kick off part one of our two-part financial stability series. During our program, please ask questions using the chat option. We will wrap up in the 15 minutes, and United Way staff and our featured program partners will stay on to address any questions you have. If you are watching the recorded version and have a question, please send them to feedback@uwcil.org. This morning, I'm joined by Katrina Hayes, our Director of Community Impact, Mark Franklin, a certified financial coach with the Workforce and Economic Division of the Springfield Urban League, Laura Davis, Director of the Representative Payee Services with Helping Hands of Springfield, and Pam Aymer, the Director of Elder Assistance Services with Senior Services of Central Illinois. I'm excited to have Mark, Laura, and Pam join us to share a bit about their program's services. To get us started, I'll turn things over to Katrina.
Thanks, John, and good morning, everyone. If there was ever a time in recent history that shined a light on the vulnerable position many of our families and seniors live within, it is definitely now. Our recent ALIS report update showed that even before the pandemic hit, 1 in 3 households in Sangamon County did not have the resources to afford the most basic of necessities. Before the pandemic, we knew our focus on investing in solutions within the area of financial stability was critical. And we know now how much more work we have to do. When we think about investing in financial stability, our Vision Council focuses on 3 key age groups: youth, working age adults, and seniors. Financial literacy is a critical skill, and often it is generational modeling that teaches us more about how to handle money than we can learn in a classroom. Therefore, we look at helping youth access employment and then learn key skills with a mentor-like partner who can help them understand their paycheck. With working age adults, we invest in 3 key areas: stable housing, employment, and financial literacy. Today, you will hear from 2 programs who work within these areas very differently because of the populations they are helping to stabilize. And last, but certainly not least, our seniors. To support seniors, we look at 2 key areas: stabilized housing and financial literacy. However, the efforts to stabilize seniors are very different than working age adults, because rather than trying to find ways to increase income, our senior serving programs must think creatively on how to make a fixed income stretch the very farthest it can. And today I am grateful we will get to hear from Pam. So without further ado, I am excited to get our panel started, and it'll start with a little bit of a challenge. And first up is Mark. Mark, in 30 seconds or less, can you tell our people joining us today about the empowerment program?
Yes, thank you, Katrina. The Springfield Urban League Empowerment Program seeks to assist with the eradication of poverty and empowers and equips adults to support themselves and or their families in a financially stable environment. We specifically help to identify and overcome barriers to employment and financial literacy and freedom. We do this by assessing individual needs and then using those assessments to create and provide personalized action plans and budgets through one-on-one counseling. We also provide workshops that foster educational opportunities for various topics essential to overall success.
Awesome, thanks, Mark. And next up is Laura with the Representative Payee program.
Thanks, Katrina. The Helping Hands Representative Payee program is a housing and life stabilizing program that helps our clients manage their Social Security benefits. We assist them with creating a realistic budget, paying bills, and securing and maintaining safe housing. We offer limited housing-focused case management and work cooperatively with area agencies to ensure that our clients' needs are met.
Awesome. And then last, again, is Pam with Senior Services.
Thank you, Katrina. The Comprehensive Elder Assistance Program, or as we call it, EAS, discovers and provides solutions for problems faced by seniors ages 60 and older. We help seniors navigate complex issues, such being on the verge of losing their housing because they've fallen behind on their bills, or losing benefits because they've missed important deadlines. and even helping seniors navigate services who are unable to read. We provide this service to help our seniors stay safe and to maintain their independence in their own home.
Awesome. Thank you. And I hope that even within those 30-second descriptions, everyone can see, why our Vision Council has chosen to invest in these really powerful programs. And one of the, so our next question, and I believe it'll go to Laura first. So Laura, thinking about all of the clients you serve, what is something that you see by and large that most clients overlook, but are super grateful to you that you help them kind of bring it back into focus?
Sure. So I would say probably planning for the future. Often our clients come to us in survival mode, and so their thinking is reactive. We help them meet those needs, and then we start focusing on future needs. Because of this, they've been able to set goals, like going to travel to visit family they haven't seen in years, celebrating Christmas in different ways. And then they're able to meet unforeseen challenges like home repairs without causing severe upheaval in their lives. Often they're not initially happy with the idea of saving. They'd like to be able to spend everything that doesn't go to bills. But over time, as they become more stable, they really start to see the benefit of saving for the future.
Thank you. I think that's something that a lot of people take for granted, and the recent Alice report showed that, saving for the future or saving for emergencies is sometimes a luxury in and of itself. So we appreciate all of your work in helping them see that. So next up, same question to you, Mark. What about the clients in the empowerment program?
Yes, the thing that most clients overlook but are grateful for us helping them to find or overcome is what happens after gaining employment. Gaining employment is not the end goal. After gaining employment, we focus on a more holistic approach. There are those that gain employment and then either lose that employment due to insufficient support or skills, or they mismanage their money, or both. After gaining employment, we are here to help clients with the next steps as well. For instance, after gaining employment, we are able to assist with career advancement and maintenance, as well as future financial planning. A prime example of one of these biggest things financially that we work on at this point through coaching is helping clients to become aware of what's on their credit and working with them to create an action plan for how to improve their credit, as well as multiple areas of finance.
Yeah, I think, again, savings, credit, and just how credit impacts a lot of different things that we as adults interact with. It tends to get kind of like, oh, it's out of sight, out of mind. So such important work. And then what about you, Pam? What is the one thing that you see most often with seniors?
Lately, I've noticed an increase that helping the Elder Assistance Program is helping seniors apply for Medicaid, and that's usually with SNAP benefits or food stamps is what it was formerly called, or their medical card. If they lose those benefits, that money from their food budget, if they lose their SNAP benefits, they have to pay that out of pocket. Also medical bills if they lose their medical card. So explaining letters that they receive, reading their letters to them about Medicaid so they can maintain those benefits. And by providing that service, the senior's not worried or stressed because they know they can call someone to help them maintain those services from Medicaid.
Which I can only assume helps them make their budget, their fixed income, keep them housed, right? If they're not losing their benefits. So this year was tough, I think, for everyone, but there had to have been some successes, and we want to bring those into light today. Pam, let's start with you. What is one of the success stories that really stands out for you this year?
One of the success stories is due to COVID-19, we've found many seniors who are dealing with experienced stress and social isolation. And because of that, the caseworkers are out there trying to reach out to those seniors who are in most need. One of the seniors that I've been helping, I made a home visit, and he was so afraid of letting anyone come into his home because of COVID, bring food, or he was afraid to even go to the doctor. So I discussed with him about calling me when he felt lonely, and I have been making additional phone calls to him so I can help him not feel as lonely. Also, I set up where I deliver food to him monthly where he feels safe, because that was one of his biggest fears of letting someone come into the home. So I deliver food to him monthly. And I have set up through senior transport, so he is now going to his doctor appointments and he's feeling safe doing that. So right now he's doing much better.
That's excellent. I can only assume that that story is also not unique and how much of a lifeline you served for all of your clients this past year, I should say. And what about you, Laura? What was one of the biggest success stories coming out of last year?
So I had a hard time choosing just one success story. So I'm going to focus on what I consider our greatest type of success, which is moving people from homeless to stably housed. Throughout the last year, we've had several chronically homeless individuals receive Social Security benefits. And our first priority with them when they come into the program is helping them find their housing of choice. We work together to set a realistic budget. We locate an apartment that they can afford. We assist them with the application process. We advocate with them for area landlords, and then intervene in situations that might cause them to become homeless again. So that crisis management part. And as they become stable, it's exciting to see them grow and bloom into their whole selves. So it's wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, I think some people, I mean, I know I take for granted so much being housed, being stably housed, and to come into that for the first time in years, I can only imagine what that feels like and and the emotion that you're seeing on the client's faces during that process. And then last but certainly not least, what about you, Mark? What was your greatest 2020 success?
Well, we had a client that recently worked with us, that previously worked with us. She had a hard time keeping a job. She landed a job at Qdoba and Dollar General, but neither of those jobs worked out for longer than 8 months. Her overall goals were to improve her credit, start saving money, and to start a career with her within her field of interest. Her work history was mainly accounting and company operations, so she was looking to get a job in accounting or banking. However, she had to accept other jobs in different fields to pay the bills. So when she did return to our programming this past year, she came in with slightly different goals and an even bigger determination to achieve them. She still wanted to improve her credit and become better at money management and saving money. And this time she worked towards these goals more deliberately through action planning and executing the steps on her action plan. She was very excited when in July she was able to achieve an increase of 18 points to her credit score. And she changed her focus from landing a job in banking to landing a job with the state of Illinois. And in November, she achieved this goal as well. She has gotten better with building savings. She's also recently achieved an increase in her overall net worth. And she continues to have the drive and consistency that she needs to further accomplish her goals. She's very excited to say that she finally feels like she has seen the success that she has worked so hard to obtain. We are continuing to coach her with her finances, and her next goal is to continue to improve her credit, as well as build a strong financial future for herself and her family.
Thank you. And I think that's one thing that I don't know if it's really known, is that, you know, most of the time when we have clients working within financial stability services that we support, we fund, it's not a short-term relationship. These are relationships that it can be fluid. They can come in and out of care or programming, but they know that there is that foundation to always come back to when they need to retool skills or need to re-look at their budget or their priorities. And so we thank you so much for providing those services to all of our neighbors in Sangamon and Menard County. And also thank you for being here today to share about your program as we talk about financial stability. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to John.
Thank you, Katrina. And thank you, Mark, Laura, and Pam for sharing about your programs this morning. And thank all of you for joining us. For me, this is where the impact of United Way's work happens, investing in critical partnerships and creating meaningful relationships to help our community navigate the toughest storms, and bringing this information to you so that you can continue to be informed about our work. On our next United We Learn, we will highlight ways you can personally get involved and promote financial stability efforts to help others in our community. This concludes today's program, and we will keep the session open for a few minutes to address any questions that have been posted to chat. Thank you.
All right, and we do have a question, and it's from Mitch. So he said he loves hearing about the success stories of each of the populations, and they're so unique How have each of your programs adapted to COVID-19? So let's start first with Laura. How has the representative Payee program switched focus?
So, like many programs, ours moved remotely during the pandemic. Fortunately, before it hit, we had switched everybody to debit cards. So we're able to transfer money to them directly. That's become crucial during the pandemic because so many of our clients are at an increased risk of severe illness. So we're able to transfer money to their cards. They can use delivery for groceries and prescriptions, which helps keep them safe at home.
And Mark.
Yes, we've adapted to the challenges that COVID-19 has brought us by transitioning most of our direct services to remote and virtual capacities. Most of our counseling and appointments are done over the phone. For workshops, we have made the transition to virtual capacity through mediums like Zoom. And then we host an effective communication speechcraft workshop every Wednesday. And we will be restarting our virtual Zoom webinars for financial and employment within the next couple of weeks. So for those that are interested, feel free to reach out to me for more details.
And Pam, I can only assume that some of the seniors you work with are probably not super fans of computers. How have you adapted to the COVID-19 challenges?
You're correct, Katrina. No, none of my seniors have a computer. So I'm still making home visits, and I'm doing that as to be safe, to keep them safe, to keep myself safe. If I do make home visits, we do it out on the porch or trying to keep that 6 feet social distancing. I also have office visits. I set up an appointments through senior transport so they can come to the office. I'm still doing phone calls, and a lot of times they will mail me something if they're unable to read it or understand it. They'll mail it to me because I can't do email with them. There's no computers.
Yeah, so it's really relying on that phone relationship and the mail that is so critical. I don't see any other questions in chat, so we are wrapped up. If anybody else has any, you can continue to bring those forward. If not, I hope you all have a great rest of your week and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.